All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and continually teach us this truth. And peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's laboring in his word and true sincerity. Okay, Lord willing, this can be an edifying lesson. And the title is going to be, You've Heard This Word One Way or Another. You know, and that's exactly what I'm going to speak on. You know, you've heard this word one way or another. Because the Lord said that he wasn't going to bring the destruction until the elect is sealed and until this word is preached throughout the four corners of the earth, which I got right here. And a big way this word was preached throughout the four corners of the earth, you know, you have camps, of course, all throughout Babylon, which is America. You have brothers all throughout the planet. You got brothers in London. You got brothers in Hawaii. You got a brother in Japan now. You know, you got brothers in so-called Latin America. You know, so once again, you've heard this word one way or another. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. It says, "And this gospel of the kingdom," meaning this good news of the kingdom, shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then the end shall come. So this word is going to be preached throughout the whole world, which, let me look up that word world. Because you have three words for the word world. You have eon, then you have cosmos, and you have oikoumene, if I said it right. But let me look this word up. Yup, it's oikoumene, which it should mean, the inhabited earth. You know? So this word is going to be preached throughout the whole inhabited earth. Salakia. For a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So before the destruction comes, before Yahweh Shah comes back, he has his men that's spiritual fishers, you know, that's teaching his word diligently week in and week out, doing sit downs. And his word is all over the internet, man. So it's no excuse for you not to know what time we in, for you not to know that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah is coming back, for you not to know his name, for you not to know that you are an Israelite, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It's 2020, man. You should know by now that you are of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know? And this is why it tells us in the book of Jeremiah, neither lift up a cry nor prayer for this people, for the Lord will not hear them in the time of their destruction. Because our people, they know, but they reject this word. You know, and what does it tell you in Proverbs chapter 13, verse 13? He that despises the word shall be destroyed. You know? And best believe when they destruction come, like it says in Proverbs, the first chapter, they're going to seek the Lord early. Then they're going to want to look for the men of the Lord that was teaching, but it's going to be too late. You know? Was reading on. This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. And this is what the prophets are doing today, man. You know, it's no excuse to not know that the land we in is known as Babylon in the scriptures, that this is the kingdom that's spoken about in Revelation to receive that great destruction. You know, Revelation the 18th chapter, when it speaks about how the nations seen her burning afar off, it speaks about her wickedness reached unto heaven. It's talking about Babylon the Great, which is America. And the prophets that are here today, you know, because the scriptures tell you in 1 Corinthians the 14th chapter The spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. The men that's teaching today are the men that were teaching before in the past life. And they're doing the same thing that they were doing in the world. You know, you Israelites, you're doing the same thing that you were doing when the prophets were teaching. You know, scoffing, talking shit, persecuting them, wanting to kill them. That's the same thing you 2/3 did when Yahweh Shah was here. You know, falsely accusing him. You know. But guess what? You know, I was getting ready to go into something else. Those men are back in their teaching. So once again, it's no excuse. You can't tell the Lord that you didn't know. You didn't know. You didn't hear this word. You know, you didn't know he was coming back. You know, you can't do that. You know, because he has his men diligently teaching, and his men are not going to be these guys in these nice suits with a lineup in these so-called churches, these harlot houses. Those are not the prophets of the Lord. The Lord uses the foolish things to confound the wise. You know, he deals with men that you at least expect to be a man of the Lord. You know, regular men. You know, it tells you that Peter, I believe it was Peter and John, it say that they were unlearned men, you know, because they were fishermen, regular men who Yahweh Shah, you know, which it was already set up that they was going to be a part of the ministry, because those are prophets coming back, you know, because the men of the Lord aren't men that were considered special in this world, you know. But anyway, reading on, this is Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 15. It says, "And I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding." Right. So the Lord is going to send men that's not going to teach for money, that's not going to teach for vain glory, that's not going to teach for anything carnal, but are going to teach with the sincerity, you know, of the heart and according to the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And we believe that those are the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, you know, and the men that they learned from, that paved the way for us to get this ministry, for us to get this word. You know, those are the men that the Lord sent, that fed us with knowledge and understanding of the scriptures. You know, and like the scriptures say, you know, bring forth fruit, meat for repentance. So those men brought forth fruit, you know, that set up camps, that teached, and those men brought forth fruit. You know, it's like a trickling cycle. You know, so you have camps everywhere, man. It don't matter what state you in, there's a camp there. You know, we in South Carolina, and shoot, it's like 5 camps out here, man. You know, I mean, 2 of them we know that teach the truth. You know, you got the elder in Myrtle Beach. You know, he teach the truth. And then you got another camp out here in South Carolina, I believe they GMS. You know, then you got us, you know, we men of valor, but we, you know, teach the same doctrine as Great Millstone. You know, so I can say 3 camps, because you got 2 other camps that teach in the same area where we teach, and one of them, they go completely off, you know, and then the other one, you know, the head of their camp got pride on them, you know. But still, there's 5 camps in one state that's telling you an Israelite, you know, and various other states got hella camps in major cities. So there's no way that you could tell the Lord that you didn't know, you know. This is Isaiah chapter 55 verse 11. "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." So wherever the Lord sent his word, it's going to prosper, and it's not going to return unto him void. You know? So the words that the men of the Lord been saying, which are the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is going to happen. And when it happens, once again, you can't tell the Lord that you didn't know. You know? Because, once again, we don't have no status or fame in this world, so the world looks at us like regular men. They just walk by. But the world is getting ready to know that a prophet have been among them. You know? But let me bring this out. This is John chapter 15, verse 20. It says, well, I'm going to start at verse 18. If the world hate you, and this is Yahushua talking. If the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. If you are the world will love his own. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hate of you. So the men of the Lord were chosen by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. Now here's the point. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin. But now they have no cloak for their sin. So Yahushua is here again today, spiritually, through his men. You know, using his men as a vessel, as a mouthpiece to teach this word. So you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you don't have no cloak for your sin, man. You don't have an excuse to say, oh, this is why I was still eating pork. This is why, because I didn't know. No. You heard this word and you got cut and you got emotional, or you just didn't accept it. So you don't have an excuse. You might have stumbled across the videos on YouTube and you was laughing. You was talking shit, you know, or came across the brother's teaching and you was laughing, recording, talking shit. So the Lord has a mark upon you, which is a mark of destruction, and you don't have an excuse. And like the elder, the brother in Hawaii, you know, like he had brought out on a live stream last night, you know, he made a beautiful point. You know, he said that the angels, you know, they're seeing you Jakes reject this word, and they're like, damn, what the, you know, they're shocked. Because they fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They tremble at his presence. The demons tremble at his presence. And seeing you Israelites just nonchalant about this word, about the Lord, they marvel at that, like, wow, what's wrong with they're like, yo, this guy is crazy. You know, he brought that out, and that was a beautiful point. You know. But this is Ezekiel chapter 33. Verse 30, it says, also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of their houses, and speak one to another, everyone to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they shew much love, but their heart goeth after covetousness. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that have a pleasant voice and can play well on the instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. So right when the Lord brings that judgment, that destruction, because it tells you in Psalms 9:16, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. Soon as he opens up on this place, he bring all out destruction upon Babylon the Great. You Israelites are going to know that a prophet have been among you. The men that you are laughing at, you know, the men that you were scoffing, the men that you seen on the highways and byways consistently doing the sit downs that you thought was crazy. You're going to know that those are the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And you're going to try to seek this word, but it's going to be too late. This is Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, said the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. So there's going to come a time where it ain't going to be no more men on the highways and byways teaching. Ain't going to be no more sit downs. And brothers, as I'm speaking right now, I guarantee you it's brothers that's live right now, man. Brothers is consistently bringing this word out, going live, doing sit downs on the highways and byways. But it's going to come a time where it ain't going to be no more of that. Ain't going to be no more YouTube uploads of men of the Lord teaching. Ain't going to be no more of this. You know? This is not something that's that's of men. This is not something that's going to just, you know, this is not a new trend, man. The Lord sent his men, his prophets, to do this work so his name can be exalted and magnified when he brings the destruction. And when he does that, it ain't going to be no more teaching, man. He's going to remove his men from the highways and byways. And when that happens, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you fallouts, you guys that rejected this word of scoffing, talking shit, you gonna look for the men of the Lord. But guess what? It's going to be too late. You know, you ain't going to find them. And if you do, you better hope the Lord ain't gave them that spiritual power to put your ass to death. You know? The Lord willing, this video was edifying. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.